Hello, welcome to this um, afternoon's challenge. I'm looking to the north, seeing if those clouds will arrive and get some rain. We sure do need it. It'd be nice if those storms came here, but I have doubts. That's why I have the shades open. Okay, so we got two American blended whiskeys. This is Calvert Extra. Introduced in 1963 by Joseph Seagram's Distilling Company. You remember the famous Seagram's Distilling Company. Sold to Beam Company in 1991. They sold it to Luxco in 2015. And Luxco still makes Calvert Extra. But the Calvert Extra Luxco makes is not 100% whiskey blend. It is 100% blended whiskey, but it's 70% grain neutral spirits. And they also make a 70 proof version of Calvert Extra, which has a different label design instead of the red and black label. The red and black label is different from this. This was like maroon and black. The new one is like a bright red, like that. But anyway, doesn't matter. You can't get this in Louisiana. I've never seen this. Except I bought this bottle in Louisiana. I bought this at a international market. It was the oddest thing. I mean, I was looking around in there and I saw this grimy, it was terrible looking, dirty, covered with dust. And I thought, oh, this is the worst thing. I examined it. I really didn't want to touch it, but I examined it and I thought I could go home and clean it with some really warm water, very nearly hot water and soap. And I was real careful with it and I did clean it up. So it looks a lot better now. It doesn't look really too bad. You can tell it's old. And my best guess is that it's from 1995. The competitor, Royale Club, don't even know when this hit the market. Can't find out any trademark data. Couldn't find out why. I bought this in Texas one time, a little half-size bottle. You know what? I think it was like a 200 milliliter bottle when I bought it in Texas. Might have been a 375, but it was a small bottle. And then I saw this again in Texarkana, Arkansas, on the Arkansas side of the Highway 71 at a liquor store. All the liquor stores are on the Arkansas side of the highway. Well, that's telling me Arkansas must have better liquor laws because there were no liquor stores on the west side of US Highway 71. And they were all on the Arkansas side, immediately across the street. Because, when you go down that street, one side is Arkansas, the other side is Texas. They like that, a town where the state line goes through the middle of the town, like Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia. Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia. So the state line goes to the town. And I couldn't tell if I was in Tennessee or Virginia, like in a lot of cases. Conacaw Sausage says, never heard of either of these. Yeah, they're not exactly popular. But Royale Club looks like an old brand. It's bottled in California. This is a new bottle. Bottled in California and in Kentucky by County Line Distillers, who is the Sazerac company. It says at the top of the bottle, Sazerac. There's some fancy royal looking thing. And then in the back, you see this yellow symbol with RC on it, Royale Club. Come on, focus. There it is. That's what it looks like. This bottle was $6.99. $6.99. So I figured, what's the risk? There is no risk. Okay, Craig Swinson says, good afternoon. All right. Plus, I tried it before and it wasn't terrible. So to me, it looks like an old something from about 1963, like this one. But there's no trademark on it. And you know what? It's not trademarked. I kept looking at this. Nowhere on this label does it say registered trademark U.S. Patent Office. Because, most things you buy is going to say that. And I was like, woof. They didn't even take the time or money to get a trademark. En grand seigneur. A grand symbol. A grand signet, a grand symbol. We proudly, I love this. It's $6.99, right? And they say, we proudly display for your recognition our crest of excellence. Its presence is your assurance of a superior blend of whiskeys. Okay, so they're telling me that they put this crest on there to assure me that this bottle holds a superior blend of whiskeys. You know what superior means? The best, the top. Sounds hard to believe, doesn't it? Now, see, this has a commodity statement. 80-20, 80% grain neutral spirits. That's the law. You've got to put that on there. Oh, you can make a whiskey with 80% grain spirits. That's allowed. As long as you put the commodity statement. I was reading that regulation the other day. This has no commodity statement on the front or the back of the label. That means it's 100% whiskey. The finest whiskeys, it says right here, blended with the finest whiskeys. Man, and for only $8.99? See, that's America, folks. That's America. You can get the finest whiskeys in a bottle. They're all aged at least 4 years. Both of these have no age statement, so they're both at least 4 years old. The finest whiskeys, but $8.99. Now, like the Who said, that's a bargain. The best I ever had. So, can you go to France and get that? Or Germany? Or England? Or Canada, even Canada? And get the finest whiskeys in a bottle for $8.99. And this bottle says the finest. Oh, I'm sorry, the superior. A superior blend. So this blend is superior. That means it's better than any other blend. You say better than Johnny Walker Gold Label Reserve? That's like $70 a bottle. Well, that's what the label says. I didn't write that description on there. You say, I'm going to court. I'm suing them. Well, you ain't going to win. Because the judge is going to say, but that's just their opinion. Can't be better than mellow corn. Oh, yeah, that's a good straight corn whiskey, isn't it? Bottled and bond, too. 100 proof. Let me check that radar. I got a bad feeling that storm's going to move away. I'm not saying I want a storm to hit. I want rain to hit. It's got to pass over that lake, though. Both lakes. I don't know. It's looking iffy. Like, by the time I finish this examination, I'm going to know. It's feasible. It's feasible. But after this drought this summer, I don't have a good feeling about any rain I see coming. I figure it's going to die away and not reach us. Okay. Appearance. And don't worry, if James P. Madonna is watching, he'll think, look at him, he's doing these all day long. Well, James, I wasn't drinking a lot of beer today. And so it's working out. Okay, they're both tan, copper, clear. To me, it looks like tan, but I guess copper is like tan, right? Okay. It's like a metallic version of tan. Okay, here. Okay. Even I can figure it out. I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge, though. Because once I smell that weird cherry smell from the Calvert Extra, I'm going to know what it is. Mm-hmm. Well. Royale Club, Calvert Extra. They look the same, so I couldn't cheat on that. They both tan, clear. But this Calvert Extra has an aroma which I've never smelled in any other whiskey. There was one that was close to it, and that was that Berkshire Mountains Craft Distillery think it's in New Hampshire. It was one of the New England states, and it's corn whiskey, but some of it is not all of it, I don't think, but some of it's aged in cherry wood. And my friend David said, I don't like it. It tastes like cherries. I said, it doesn't taste like cherries, like blatantly. It just has that kind of cherry thing going on. This one has that kind of cherry thing going on. You see with my hand going like that. All right. Taste. Cheers. Butch Willie says hello. Hello, Butch. It tastes like bourbon is used in it, but it does not taste like bourbon. It tastes like something else. Yeah, sugar water, but to me, all whiskey tastes like sugar water. There's oak, not a char. Maybe a mild char, but it's really not charred oak like you get with most straight bourbons. You know, that charred oak, which some people love, other people can't stand. But it's something. It's something unique. It's something unusual. It's something that I don't think is even made anymore. You see, I think it's out of production. Not Calvert Extra. I told you there's two different ones still in the market. I'm talking about this one, the 100% pure whiskey, no grain spirits version. And what whiskeys are they using? We'll never know. I'll never know. You'll never know. The company knows. They're not going to tell you. Even though Beam hadn't made it for 8 years. They have records. But you see, it could have changed every year. What I mean, this is my theory. There's nougat and caramel on this too. Nougat and caramel, like you get the caramel, like the candy, and it's like a string of that candy inside of a chocolate coating. I mean, I'm not saying it has chocolate flavor, but the caramel. I think this was used as a dump. When I mean a dump, I mean various whiskeys that, for whatever reason, did not meet the cut. And Beam said, obviously, we're not going to waste it. We could auction it off because people go and they buy whiskeys from companies for various reasons, and they auction it off. But how? I don't like the way that cloud was looking like a tunnel. I don't like any clouds that look like a tunnel, you know. If I want to watch The Wizard of Oz, I'll go watch a replay of it. I don't like them that coming over here. Okay. I'm really curious about it. Okay, it's kind of a scary sight. But I think year to year could have changed. You see what I'm saying? Each year could have been a different flavor, because it could have been they dumping this in there, dumping that in there. Oh, blended together. Well, it's blended. It's all whiskey. Oh, well, it's only $8.99 a bottle. No one cares what it tastes like as long as it's not ghastly. Could I be wrong? Sure could be wrong. They might have followed an exact specific formula every year, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, etc. I don't believe that was the case, but it could be the case. Now, what about the Royale Club? That's a flavor I'm familiar with. Man, that is really weird looking out there. I'm not kidding. That's some strength. Well, if you just keep moving that way, not this way, that way. It's moving sort of perpendicular to this. South, southwest. like that look. I should get the camera and point it on, and you tell me. All right. This is a familiar flavor, which is just regular old American corn, and you know what I'm talking about. Sweet corn, not too sweet. Just a corn flavor, because it's 80% grain neutral spirits, probably 20% straight whiskey of whatever type. Could be ancient age, very old Barton. You know what brand Sazerac makes, Old Charter. It's a kind of a bland flavor. Yeah. Is it an exciting flavor? No. Is it a tolerable flavor? Yeah, it's tolerable. Is it exciting? Absolutely not. Does it taste like they add flavoring to it? No. Does it look like they added coloring to it? Yeah, possibly. I don't know how it could be that dark. You think it could be that dark and it's 80% grain spirits? Something's telling me no. They must add caramel color. But yeah, that's probably almost certainly the case. Mm-hmm. It just tastes like all the other Sazerac blended whiskeys, meaning it's not bad, but it's nothing exciting. It's just like, fine. Like my friend David, we did a duo review of it. He was like, it's not bad. He was like entertaining the idea that he could actually drink it and he would actually buy it. I mean, if he saw it for $6.99, yeah, he'd buy it. Like nothing you would give a person for a gift, and nothing you would be seeking out, but nothing that's like, oh, makes me grit my teeth. It's so terrible. Nah, it's just regular old ordinary run of the mill stuff. But regular old ordinary run of the mill American whiskeys, usually pretty good. So what I mean is our bad stuff ain't bad. Not to say that you should go buy it. But this thing is rolling in like madness. All right. But this one is unique, and this one is something to buy. I'm telling you, this is something to check out. So if you see the Calvert, and I doubt that will ever happen, I found it on a very strange occurrence. But it's definitely worth the $8.99, and probably more than that. But like I said, this product has probably been out of production for 8 years, so even the videos themselves might be virtually worthless. But sometimes you will find these products on the shelves. Decades old, because after all, did not find that Seagram's Canadian Hunter. It's all going down at the same store, International Market. They had 3 bottles. I found Seagram's Canadian Hunter. Now I know what you're going to say. Oh man, everybody's heard of Canadian Hunter. I saw that yesterday. I know I saw it yesterday too. I'm not talking about Canadian Hunter that Sazerac bought and rebranded it after they bought it in 1989. I'm talking about Seagram's Canadian Hunter that was introduced in 1984 and was under their umbrella until 89. And by golly, I found the bottle, and it does not taste anything like the regular present day Canadian Hunter. I'm not saying it was better or worse. It was just different. But the point of that is you might run across old bottles of liquor. I got Jim Beam Black in the other room, and it's 8-year aged. It says age 8 years. Man, Jim Beam Black has not been aged 8 years for a long time. It's just extra age now. But I know what store to go to right now. This very night, I could go to that store and buy multiple bottles of Jim Beam 8-year age. Regular bottles and the big bottles, regular and big. So there you go. There's proof. The proof is in the pudding. There's the proof that you can buy old bottles of liquor if you happen to run across them. It's just a matter of if you run across them. All right. So anyway, thanks for watching. It was a fun taste challenge, not very challenging. But I'm going to go through the whole set. I've got Seagram's 83 coming up, and that's a strange tasting product. Let me tell you, it's not a bad tasting product, but it's strange. Uh, that's going to go to battle against uh, this one. That would be more of a challenge because that one's a little unusual, like this one is, the Calvert Extra. And then I'm going to bring in Kessler. Yeah, Kessler is a battler. Kessler is a battler. It's a good blended whiskey. It won't win, but it'll battle. I've got the Sunnybrook, a real old brand from 1891. That's not really well known. I've never seen it in Louisiana. I bought it on a road trip to Orange, Texas. Bought it at Red Dot Liquors. Man, I got that bottle cheap, yeah. Right when the scamdemic was starting. I got it cheap. They're trying to bring the scamdemic back. Ooh, I hear sirens everywhere. That's a bad sign. I'm not hearing like one siren. I'm hearing. Well, it could just be a wreck, which could be terrible too, but may not be related to this weather, this weird looking weather. I don't know, man. I got a bad feeling about it. Uh, anyway, thanks for watching, and we have some pretty interesting products coming up, and then it'll be on to Canadian blended whiskey, which is always fun. To me, it's always good. I mean, some people, if you say Canadian blended whiskey, they reach for a weapon, But to me, I think it's good. I like it. So it's going to be exciting to me. It's like a little adventure. But anyway, or a big adventure with all the Canadian whiskeys I've got. And then it's going to be across the Atlantic Ocean over to Ireland for Irish blended whiskey. And that's always in it. That's always a party, right? That is so much fun. Those Irish blended whiskeys. Who could get tired of that? Not me, that's for sure. All right, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.